Well, if you think the playoffs are a little crazy, try being a hockey fan. How y'all doing tonight? Well, the last four Stanley Cup champions have all been eliminated in the first round. And it ended with last year's champions, the Boston Bruins, losing to the Washington Capitals 2-1 in overtime. Joel Ward scored the game-winning goal, 2:57 into the overtime period. So it is a unique situation. As you know, the Penguins were eliminated in the first round, Game 6 on Sunday, 5-1, and a lot of Penguin fans are pretty upset, including myself. So there'll be a lot of changes that will happen in the offseason. I don't know what Ray Sherrill's going to do, but he did say one thing, that Dan Bosma is his coach and he's got a lot of faith in him. And a lot of fools out there on the internet and on call-in shows, they want to get rid of Bosma, they want to trade Malkin, they want to trade Crosby, and they want to get rid of Jordan Staal. Let's think for a second, folks. You want to get rid of your franchise player, Sidney Crosby. He is the face of the NHL. He is the face of the Penguins. And he also puts fans in the seats and has a license to print money. So you want to get rid of Sidney Crosby? Bad decision. Trust me. As for Jordan Staal, they want him for a long-term contract. As of now, if they don't, they're going to start negotiating him. But there's one fly in the ointment: the new collective bargaining agreement. It expires on September 15th. So we don't know if the CBA will be ratified beforehand or there will be a work stoppage. We'll find out. If they can't do anything by the trading deadline next season, who knows what's going to happen. You might see Staal traded, maybe for a defenseman or maybe some top line talent. Staal has the ability to score 40 goals, but we don't know if he wants to leave, if he wants to play somewhere else, or wants to stay in Pittsburgh. Trust me on this one. I don't see Staal leaving. Geno Malkin, the scoring title, probable MVP of the league. I don't think you move him either. So I think a lot of people just sit. All you Penguin fans out there, just relax. I wouldn't worry about anything. They're going to make the right moves, if they're going to make any moves at all. You could leave the team intact, but a lot of people are complaining about McCulloch and Martin's defense, which they didn't do well at all. Fleury has lost a lot of respect, and he came under heavy fire after the way he performed in the first round against the Flyers, including Game 6, and of course in Game 2 where he got clobbered and got pulled for Brent Johnson. Penguins have to address the backup goaltender situation anyway. Besides, you may want to go with either sign a veteran backup, or do you want to go with Brad Thiessen next season? Speaking of that, the baby Penguins just lost 2-1 in overtime to the Hershey Bears in the AHL playoffs, but they still lead the series 2-1. As for defense, you're going to use Simon Dupre. You might see him, as well as Brian Straight, next season. They might get a long look in training camp. And we're going to find out if some of the young players like Tangradi will be ready to step up and become full-time NHL players. We'll find out, like I said, we'll find out in training camp. In other news, tomorrow is the NFL draft. The Steelers pick 24th. And a lot of people are talking about they will need to upgrade the offensive line because it's been terrible the last few years. They have the defensive line. They upgraded last few drafts with Ziggy Hood and Cameron Haywood. But they might need a successor to Casey Hampton. So we're going to see. Me, if I was running the show, you get a defensive lineman first. You can get a good offensive lineman in the second round. You can, and also as for the running back situation, Mendenhall, he's injured. You may not see him at all this year, or maybe half of this year, depending on how he's coming back from his ACL. And as for the Pirates, we'll find out. They took 2 out of 3 from the Rockies today. They split a doubleheader against them today. So we're going to see they're 8-10 going to a 6-game road trip against the Braves and the Miami Marlins. So we're going to see what's going. Let's see if their pitching will keep continuing. And as for the NBA playoffs, they start later on this week. So you folks out there, you want the NHL playoffs, second round is starting. So please go to twitter.com or /RLaytonSports. I'll be putting my predictions out as soon as tomorrow night's games end. And I'll be doing that. And I'll be down at the Draft Blitz Saturday. And then after that, I will also be looking at the Steelers draft picks and giving my take on if they got everything, do they need to go to free agency or not. So as always, please go to twitter.com /RLaytonSports. And also when this is over, if you have any comments or questions, you can leave them on the box. I will definitely read them. Until next time, I will be seeing you real soon.